1, 2, 3, let's go.
I've scoured the web and watched all iDubbbz's Content Cop videos in 2026, which means I'm either really committed to internet history or I really have nothing better to do. This video is not about whether iDubbbz became a better or worse person. It's about why the audience that once made iDubbbz's career doesn't exist anymore, and why his attempts to engage without them keep collapsing. This is commentary. I'll make jokes, share opinions. Some will land, some probably won't. That's the risk I'm willing to take. iDubbbz didn't fall because people thought he went woke. He fell because his brand was built on moral authority enforced through humiliation. Authority like that doesn't survive when the creator acts with grace he never extended to others. There was a time he was untouchable. In the mid-2010s, iDubbbz wasn't just popular, he was authoritative. That level of trust is rare, but even the strongest moral authority is fragile, and those cracks don't go unnoticed. Fast forward to today, and something very different is happening.
I think I know. We timed them out before, but I'm timing them out again. They all just smell the same. You know what I mean? Like, when people come through, I think a lot of people get confused. They're like, why was I banned? Why was I timed out? And it's like, well, you smell the same as the guy spamming cuck.
People still watch iDubbbz. They just don't respect him anymore. The once untouchable is now a case study in downfall, a lolcow the internet can't stop observing. So the question isn't why do people hate iDubbbz now? The question is, why did the audience stop believing in him? And why didn't they come back, even when it looked like they wanted to? This is about credibility, moral authority, and why some creators lose it permanently. At his peak, iDubbbz didn't just make videos, he enforced norms. Before Content Cop, he built his reputation on self-degradation, ridicule directed inward as much as outward. Bad unboxing wasn't just shock content, it was a ritual of endurance. The message was subtle, but powerful. I'm not better than this. I'll sit in the filth with you. Sometimes, literally.
It smells good. So what I've been doing is I've just essentially been tonguing the Stromberg like this. And, tasting it like that. It tastes like poison. I don't think I'm gonna throw up. Didn't have much to eat today. There's actually not even any solids in here, just a fucking puddle of shit. It's like someone just said, what would be the worst thing to eat ever?
That ethos was shared in bad Kickstarter videos. He mocked failed crowdfunding projects, not as a detached critic, but as someone exposing absurdity already there for all to see. By the time Content Cop arrived, the audience didn't see a bully punching down. They saw someone who already proven he could take humiliation himself.
When it comes to showing off the rapper lifestyle, whether it be with women or money, he has the most generic taste imaginable. Let me pile 14 women in front of me to show you that I get women. Do you believe that I'm not gay yet? I'm trying to make up for that time when Fousey was basically fondling me for a minute straight on video. Check out these next clips where I basically lie to some girls on my stream.
No, but I'm not streaming though. I just wanted to call you.
Oh, you're not?
No, I just wanted to call you and just talk.
I'm not live right now, right?
No. Basically, we were just chilling on Omegle. She didn't know that I was live to 3,000 people.
With a lot of these interactions, it's sort of the ends justify the means, because by the end of the stream, they're giddy with excitement because they got all these new followers for appearing on the stream. Oh my gosh, you are lying to me? You're such a goofball. But of course, they won't always act so coy when you've been caught lying to them.
He wasn't just criticizing behavior, he was declaring what crossed the line. Importantly, many of these targets were creators whose audience skewed young, whose content was widely seen as manipulative, low effort, or socially corrosive. And the audience trusted his framing, trust that was built through confidence, consistency, and airtight arguments. Viewers felt like iDubbbz did the work for them, and said what they have been thinking as well. They didn't need to research counterpoints. They didn't need to question motive. This is important. Authority on the internet isn't about being right once. It's about being right enough times that people stop checking. For years, that's exactly where iDubbbz lived. But there's a cost to building your brand on moral certainty. If your persona is based on calling people out, if your content is built on telling others they crossed lines, then you're not allowed much ambiguity, because when you change your position, the audience doesn't interpret it as growth. They interpret it as disqualification. Normal creators can be contradictory. Moral authorities cannot, and the internet keeps receipts better than anyone. And this is where iDubbbz's problems begin. Not with one controversy, but with the first visible crack in consistency.
For those of you who are unaware of the drama I recently brought upon myself, I'll fill you in. My girlfriend started an OnlyFans account, which is a website where you can upload amateur porn. Anything from double penetration all the way over to lewd cosplay. And everything in between.
Around 2019-2021, iDubbbz's girlfriend started an OnlyFans. The issue for the audience wasn't the existence of the platform. The issue was who iDubbbz had taught them he was. Many fans reacted with hostility, using the term simp or cuck as shorthand for what they saw as the complete abandonment of his prior values. Because when a creator builds an audience by enforcing moral judgment, the audience feels entitled to enforce it back. iDubbbz responded to the backlash with a video discussing being okay with what his girlfriend showed online, and that his audience shouldn't follow him if they believed him to be who he portrayed online.
But there's a whole nother group of people who feel personally devastated and betrayed. You lied to us. First of all, I'm not your fucking dad. Like, if you don't want to look up to me anymore, that's fine. I don't want you to look up to me. I love my girlfriend, and I'm totally fine with dudes jacking off to pictures of her on the internet. Doesn't affect me one way or the other. If you are upset by me admitting this, then I suggest you go idolize someone else.
On paper, sure, it made sense. Emotionally, it didn't land to the audience. The audience didn't see growth. There was no full reckoning with how aggressively those earlier views were enforced or how much they shaped the community. And that's the moment something shifted, quietly but permanently. Around the same time, iDubbbz was no longer making content cop videos. He tried experimenting with a documentary-style approach, observational, ironic, detached. The most successful example, his video on Airsoft Fatty. Airsoft was already understood as a lolcow, someone whose online presence revolved around involuntary spectacle. iDubbbz framed him with selective editing and tone. It functioned as an extended troll, and it worked, and the audience got it. Airsoft Fatty could not resist the framing. iDubbbz controlled the narrative, the pacing, and the outcome. Encouraged by the success, he attempted the same format with Sam Hyde, and this was a fundamental misread. Unlike Airsoft Fatty, Sam Hyde's career is built on provocation. His anti-comedy and deliberate offensiveness makes his intent unreadable. Hyde recognized iDubbbz's intentions immediately, which is impressive, considering recognizing intent is basically Hyde's entire job. The observer then became the subject, and the framing collapsed. For the first time, iDubbbz appeared outmatched, and not because his morals were wrong, but because his tools were obsolete. Authority was no longer about beliefs. It was about execution. And in that moment, iDubbbz's control was gone.
Do you remember our first interaction?
No. What did I do?
Your memory's that bad?
Yes.
You remember...
What was it?
You remember making a pony game?
Yes.
There were some creators at the time who made videos about this fake pony project.
Were you one of them?
I was one of them.
What did I do?
Do you have any guesses?
Did I say fuck you or something?
No, you copyright claimed the video.
Really?
Yes, and then you sent me an email.
I mean, I don't do most copyright claims. What was the email?
The email was, I will release the copyright claim on your video if you can send me a video of yourself squatting 200 pounds below parallel.
Why didn't you do that? You'd be so much stronger now if you'd done that.
Yeah.
Damn. Did I create an enemy with that?
I mean, for a period.
Damn,
I
sorry,
didn't like
buddy.
you.
I'm sorry.
You were an asshole.
I'm sorry, buddy. That's no good.
That's what led to this day today.
Really? Okay, so are you gonna punk me?
You're getting punked.
Really? How are you gonna punk me?
I'm gonna make you look like an asshole.
Really?
Which isn't hard to do. I'm curious about your relationship with Danny. Has she been on drugs since she met you?
She's been on drugs since before she met me. So if you're implying that I've driven her to drug use, you are incorrect.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, that's what I wanted to sort of get out of the way.
Good.
Yeah.
Glad we got that out of the way.
Have you tried to get her any help?
No, seeing as she's a girl I paid $500 to shave her head and pretend to be my girlfriend, no, I haven't tried to get her any help. Should you want me to try?
Wait, okay.
I don't know her that well. It's probably not my business to get her off drugs. Also, I think I told her to put her hand in your pocket and pretend to be on drugs.
Shut up.
Are you serious? You think I would date a girl that has her hair shaved like that?
Yes.
You think I'm a fucking mental case?
Yes.
No, actually, I've known her for a long time. And
this is so upsetting to me right now.
You think I'm a fucking millionaire? You think I have a shit-ass office like this?
Shut up. This is your office.
Says who? You think I would fucking spill rock stars and Legos all over my office like a fucking animal and have 20 people in? Ian, you shitty guy.
So you're punking me.
I'm not punking you. I'm trying to make I thought it'd be funny for your fans. I thought they'd like it.
The whole thing?
I would never do anything
The whole thing's a ruse.
Actually hurt you or upset you or make you look foolish. I would not do that. I don't know if she actually...
Danny's not on drugs.
No. She's a good actress, right?
Oh! Are you kidding me?
No.
What the fuck?
I'm still wondering kind of what's real and what's fake, legitimately.
And this shift in persona seemed subtle, but it set the stage for one of his biggest missteps, where satire and timing collided in ways that couldn't be undone. Soon after, while promoting Creator Clash, iDubbbz appeared on Anthony Padilla's podcast. He walked back multiple Content Cop videos, framing them as unnecessary or harmful. He addressed past racial slurs, including remarks toward Tana Mongeau. He positioned this shift as a result of newfound empathy. This was meant to be his reset, but intent doesn't control interpretation, especially when trust is eroding. To many, it felt like he was condemning the very content that built his platform without fully owning the power he wielded at the time. Then came the moment that fractured goodwill. iDubbbz called his own audience antisocial, weird basement dwellers. You can't disown your past and your audience at the same time and expect either to follow. He wasn't showing growth, it was severance. It is impossible to discuss iDubbbz's later career without acknowledging Anisa, but it is important to be precise about her role. The issue is not that Anisa changed iDubbbz or that she controls his decisions. That framing removes agency from him. It oversimplifies what is actually a brand conflict problem. Anisa has been unusually candid, sometimes jokingly, sometimes not, about iDubbbz's insecurities, failures, and internal struggles. This was on their podcast, She Ruined My Career. While the title is ironic, the effect is not. Repeated antidotes that frame iDubbbz as passive or dependent erode the last pillar of his old persona, confidence. This isn't manipulation, it's exposure. And exposure is lethal to a creator whose authority was built on certainty.
Like a separation as far as like career and work and stuff like that goes, that was like really important to me early on.
Yeah.
And I'm not fully understanding of all the reasons why that's the case.
I just find it interesting because you would verbalize that, right? That you wanted a separation,
but then
you would like not like you would talk to me about all these things and like would want help recording things. So that was like the most confusing part for me.
And yet, the audience still gave him a chance. Creator Clash 1 was a success. It reframed iDubbbz and Anisa as mature, responsible, and purpose-driven. Charity boxing was the perfect redemption vehicle. It wasn't commentary, it wasn't moral enforcement, it was constructive. For many viewers, it felt like a genuine comeback, and this was proof the audience wanted to believe again.
So like shocking at how much support we've gotten for the direction we were at sushi last night, and the sushi chef like came up to Ian and was like telling him how like excited he is about this event, and he's never cared about boxing before. I mean, it's a different audience, right? Like, but I mean, we're kind of betting on the idea that this audience is actually much bigger than the audience that wants a Jerry Springer direction.
Yeah, trashy. Just trashy. Well, the thing that I liked about this video, which you guys should watch, is just how much you highlight that, how much of a serious event it is, and how, you know, you want good fights, safe fights. I actually thought you made really good points, not just to trash Keemstar, but just to say, like, this is what he wants, which is trashy and lame and pathetic. And then you're like, well, our event is actually super professional. The fight itself is enough.
And it's Creator Clash 2, baby! That's right, we're back for more. Last year's event was quite the hit, and we've got a great new lineup for you. But first, why don't we get a refresher of how it all went down?
But the goodwill from Creator Clash 1 did not survive Creator Clash 2. Unlike the first event, Creator Clash 2 failed to donate money to charity and instead lost money on the event. Regardless of internal accounting explanations, the audience perception was immediate and unforgiving. Creator Clash was not just an an event. It was supposed to be iDubbbz and Anisa's moral reset. Once charity became the justification for the events, competence stopped being optional. Mismanagement, intentional or not, felt like a betrayal of the premise itself. The backlash was not solely about finances. Fans were upset when 3 weeks before Creator Clash 2, iDubbbz and Anisa fired Froggy Fresh due to comments he made about subscribing to Anisa's OnlyFans if he lost the fight, as well as having Sam Hyde as his boxing coach, even though another fighter had also trained with Sam and was able to continue to be in the event. Audiences were also frustrated once learning that an extravagant after party was held and that iDubbbz and Anisa booked a whole hotel for creators not involved in Creator Clash 2. To an audience already primed to scrutinize credibility, this read as misaligned priorities. The issue was not luxury, it was optics, and optics are the only thing a charity event can't afford to lose. When a charity event loses money, every discretionary expense becomes symbolic.
Thank you, Anisa. Thank you, Ian, iDubbbz.
Thank you, guys.
TheCreatorClash.com.
Yes.
Our boy AB is fighting Dad. We have a lot of confidence.
There were so many people we didn't think would say yes that said yes.
And then they,
Froggy Fresh was one of them.
That was the funniest thing. Like, he just hadn't been doing things for like the past 5 years. And he's like, oh, what a great, like, fun thing to do. And I was like, oh, how bizarre that you'd be interested in this.
And yet, what's crucial here is what didn't happen. There was no immediate public feuds, no pressure campaigns, no confrontation with Ethan Klein. Despite overlapping circles, everything remained publicly dormant. Creator Clash 2 did not cause iDubbbz's collapse. What it did was remove the margin for error. It weakened trust, lowered tolerance, and it ensured that the next mistake, whatever it was, would not be survivable. Deferred conflict doesn't explode immediately. It waits.
You freaking bricks! What will you learn? What will you learn? That your actions have consequences!
Despite the fallout from Creator Clash 2, iDubbbz and Anisa announced Creator Clash 3. For many viewers, this was read as a final stabilization attempt. A chance to prove their prior failure was circumstantial, not systemic. This time, the collapse did not come from finances. It came from confrontation. Long-standing tensions between iDubbbz, Anisa, and Ethan Klein, unbeknownst to Ethan and previously dormant, became public when Ethan and Hila openly criticized them for not standing up for them when rumors that their home was filthy and feces ridden was being spread.
And our other good friends.
Yeah.
Anisa and Ian. Yeah. Thanks, Anisa, for standing up for your girl. I actually stood up for you so many times because, like, why would I not? It was crazy. It was crazy. People were shitting on you and Ian because you did OnlyFans. Of course I was going to stand by you. That's insane. It's absolutely insane and disgusting. But now you choose to hang out with people that would have a problem with you if you defended me. So,
the problem.
Okay, if you want to hang out with those people and have no spine and not stand up for another girl that stood up for you, enjoy your new friends.
She's friends with people like Denims.
I know.
Yeah. Which I'll show. Denims is actually participating in this whole child protective service lie.
Yeah.
Which I'll
and if
show
you're
you guys
friends with them, then you're seeing what they're saying, right?
Oh, well, that child protective service is even the worst thing. I mean, she's said worse things about you and me.
Yeah.
And I just don't see how you can be my friend and also be friends with someone like that.
Well, you can't. So I already forgot about you.
The last thing I said to Anisa, we were texting before I ever talked about it. And I said, she's like, I don't care about this guy. He's a nobody and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, then you'll have no problem publicly denouncing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, the conversation ended.
She never replied. Never responded. But it was so funny how she immediately went to comment everywhere, like on our subreddit. She immediately had to comment like, oh, he doesn't work with us anymore.
Then
but that was it. That's all she said.
But then say that you don't
Okay. Do you have anything else to say for your friends though?
Just say he doesn't. Like, at least say something like he doesn't work for me, and I strongly disagree, and I support Ethan and Hila. The problem is
that she doesn't.
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
She actually.
She thinks they have a point.
That's the problem.
Yeah. So go fuck yourself.
I agree.
Who else? Who else do we want to burn today?
From Ethan's perspective, the frustration centered on silence. From iDubbbz's perspective, the criticism felt coercive, an expectation of public moral alignment. What matters is not whose interpretation is correct. What matters is the response. iDubbbz released a long-form critical video targeting Ethan Klein, explicitly framed in the rhetorical style of Content Cop. The timing was catastrophic. The video dropped while the H3 podcast was live, without coordination with Creator Clash participants. Lena, who was scheduled to fight in the event, was placed directly in the crossfire.
I do have some more bad news for you. Some breaking news. Your old friend iDubbbz just released a video.
Yeah.
It's about you.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Oh my God. That is no, it can't be.
Well,
it actually can't be. Holy fuck, dude.
It sure is.
Oh my God. Holy fuck.
And from a quick scrub through, I think, well, it's going to be a little spicy.
This guy went from saying he didn't want to get involved, associating with people calling CPS on my family. Like, we have one disagreement where I get upset because you guys aren't defending me publicly. After everything I've done to support you guys, and like you bring on people who are fucking Denims and Frogan, who did a fucking anti-Semitic tier list, and you're platforming them and co-signing them. And by the way, to even make it even more crazy, Lena's fighting in your fight, bro. Like, what the fuck are you doing? I actually can't believe that he did this.
Operationally, this reframed Creator Clash 3 overnight. It was no longer a charity event attempting redemption. It became collateral damage in an unresolved personal conflict. And context here is essential. Ethan and iDubbbz were not distant creators. They had collaborated multiple times. Ethan had publicly defended iDubbbz during the OnlyFans backlash. H3 crew member AB had fought in both Creator Clash events. This was not an abstract disagreement. It was a fractured relationship. At the same time, Ethan and Hila were dealing with escalating harassment tied to Israel-Palestine discourse, a CPS call to their home, skulls sent to the clients, and harassment they've described as extremely anti-Semitic. From their perspective, silence from people they considered friends carried weight. From iDubbbz's perspective, moral pressure crossed into personal attack. iDubbbz's video on Ethan involved specific creators whose fan bases are behind the harassment towards Ethan and Hila. iDubbbz then feigned concern over Ethan's mental health and continued Zionist remarks towards Ethan, claiming that the anti-Semitic harassment was Ethan being delusional.
If I would imagine this in 2016, I would have been like, oh yeah, if I ever do that, it's gotta be because I lose the plot. Well, it turns out it's not me losing the plot, it's Ethan. He's the one who fucking attacked first. Ethan was obviously caught in this tricky situation where he is extremely sympathetic to the Israeli cause and what's happening to them. His wife's Israeli, she served in the IDF. He obviously likes the state of Israel. On the other hand, he's just got done capturing a massive progressive audience who are very politically savvy. They follow Hasan. Hasan is strictly a political streamer, so this is something they're very keyed into. So when they see Ethan say things that are just like not accurate and it's just propaganda, they're gonna call it out. Since Ethan and Hasan's falling out, I've been keeping to myself mostly. I don't have many nice things to say. Maybe if Ethan's able to get some help, maybe if he stops harassing other creators, maybe if he does these things, eventually he'll find peace and we can like rekindle our friendship. So that's been my approach. Yes, I am willing to admit that my former editor was being very nasty, uncharitable, and fucked up towards Ethan and Hila on Twitter. But Ethan and Hila are doing the same shit on their podcast. So I don't want to fucking hear it. For all you know, I'm seeing these things tweeted out by my editor of a year and a half ago and saying, God, that is nasty. I'm just not going to throw someone away because they're having a parasocial weird moment. Just like I'm not going to throw Ethan Klein away because he's having a parasocial weird crash out. It makes the relationship feel very transactional. Like, you know, we're just meant to support each other online despite our own personal morals or principles. I thought the text conversation that I had with him was very empathetic. I basically just said, like, I know you and Hila are experiencing a ton of harassment, and I essentially empathize with that, and I think there's something positive to get out of the conversation. but he refused to talk on the phone unless I was willing to publicly say something about my former editor and denims. As much as you don't want halfway friends, I also don't want that kind of halfway friend. I don't want someone who's going to give me like an ultimatum to have a conversation. Would it have been nicer and more supportive to say, we don't agree with the things he's saying and we support Ethan and Hila? Sure. Like, yeah, that would have been a nicer thing to say. Our silence means something. It means that we would like to pause this relationship until you figure your shit out. But you've insisted that this is an important thing to address. I would have been perfectly fine with you not blasting me on your Instagram story. I would have been perfectly fine with you not blasting me and my wife on your podcast twice. I would be fine with you not brigading my comment section on my podcast that gets 3,000 views a week because I prefer to not do harassment campaigns and instead talk about Vampire's Kiss. We don't support harassment. It's a bad thing, but it happens and you're perpetuating it. I realize that Ethan and Hila are more scared now than they've probably ever been. I feel like anti-Semitism is a thought in their heads now more than ever, and it's not completely unjustified to be thinking about that sometimes. You guys are just hurt, and you're kind of like dancing around and making very like loose, poorly thought out analogies for something that doesn't even apply to us. It's like me making this video is the standing up for something, and it's saying, fuck you, you guys are being bad. You know, I don't think you're bad people, but you're being bad. You're behaving poorly. You're hurting people. Is they're going to inexplicably link Israel and Jewishness together, so when they're being criticized, all of a sudden they have the perfect defense. Oh, another thing I need to mention. There was a tier list. It was called the Who Can Say Habibi tier list. It was presented at TwitchCon as like a panel that was just meant to be lighthearted and fun, and Ethan Klein saw that, and he decided that it was anti-Semitic. When I first saw this tier list, I immediately knew what it was doing. I was like, oh, it's a play on the who has the N-word pass and who doesn't tier list. Granted, Habibi is very different than the N-word, but it is a cultural word amongst Arabic-speaking people and Muslim people. Like, that is a word that's used. So yes, it's meant to be a fun way that these Arab content creators can express their Arab culture and be proud of it and happy about it, because it's not like they have massive representation on the platform. We say Habibi in Israel. Yes, Ethan, another piece of evidence as to why it isn't anti-Semitic. If you're not Arab or understand Arab culture at all, which is a lot of Americans, and Ethan Klein presents you this tier list and calls it anti-Semitic, you're just gonna eat it up. It's not. Ethan is just proving his location on this tier list under Love Sabra because he doesn't understand Arab culture. There's a lot of Arabs who eat Sabra. There's a lot of people like me who eat Sabra. A lot of the times it's all that's in the store, and I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna eat it, but it is not the good shit. Like the average Arab American, they're gonna go in the store and the only option they have is fucking Sabra. And that sucks that that's the only option, right? Arab communities and distribution facilities are not widespread across the US, so what are they left with? They're left with a common, relatable, shitty hummus, which is Sabra. And what's so fucking pathetic about this whole thing is after he was able to get these Arab creators banned off of Twitch for 30 days, he goes on to talk about how bad Sabra hummus is on his show. Yeah, it's almost like you can have a discussion about Sabra hummus being a bad hummus without it being at all related to a Jewish thing or an Israeli thing. He can have that discussion as much as he wants on his podcast because we all know his intentions aren't anti-Semitic. Ethan deserves all of the criticism that he's getting. I think it's very valid. But I also think, at the end of the day, we should acknowledge that he's human because he is human. And he is in a situation that's making him extremely scared, paranoid, defensive, sensitive, and I'm sure other features and feelings.
Regardless of intent, the effect was irreversible. Shortly after, iDubbbz and Anisa stepped away from Creator Clash 3, and the event was later cancelled. This was the point of no return. If you've made it this far in the video, please hit that subscribe button, like this video, and leave me a comment. Now back to the video.
it's very hard because you're getting beat up constantly, and then you're supposed to show up to the gym the next day and the next day and the next day. AB can attest to it, right? So it's mentally very hard. So I feel bad for him because I could tell his heart was in.
What? Out of pocket. You didn't say anything.
This has been the longest year of my life. It's been the hardest year. Last night I tweeted, nah, fuck this. I'm done living in fear. My wife and I are not going to be blackmailed. I'll show y'all a backbone. See you guys tomorrow. This was in reference to my good friends Ian and Anisa.
It is critical to be precise about what happened next. The most serious behind-the-scenes actions did not occur before Creator Clash 3 collapsed. They occurred after the event was canceled and after professional ties were already severed. Between July and September, months after the content comp video and CC3's cancellation, the conflict escalated privately. AB stated publicly on the H3 podcast that iDubbbz and Anisa insinuated that they would spill the beans on private conversations they had if he did not leave his job, framing Ethan as morally disqualifying due to Zionist accusations.
And what they've put me through for the past several months. Now, let me first say that Ian texted me last night after I made this tweet and assured me he would never share any private messages we shared because he is not like my boss, not like Ethan. And I'm going to respect that sentiment and not share any private messages as well, but I do want to share the hell that these two have put me through. What they've said publicly is enough. I never wanted to speak bad on them, and seeing how vicious Ian spoke with me yesterday and about my coworkers really just shocked me. I want to tell everybody who doesn't know, I was a longtime fan of Ian. It was surreal meeting him, getting the chance to be friends with him through the Creator Clash. And I also really liked Anisa. There was a lot that we had in common. We were oddly the same mix, half Lebanese, half Irish. The Creator Clash was the coolest thing I've ever been a part of. And but somehow we've gotten to this point where Ian's saying fuck me in chat, saying I'm a loser on his stream. Which is amazing, by the way, because like I said, for months I've been defending him. I've been called a pussy for defending him. And who's the one that fucks me over is him. She does not care. I have to leave my job. She's drawn her fucking line in the sand because she has the right to tell me how I provide for me and my fucking family.
Yeah, because some privileged kids online think that you should quit your job because you work for Zionists. Easy for them to say.
Not a Zionist, by the way.
Yeah.
What am I talking about? I'm talking about private conversations that we have had. Not that I was talking to a hater, not that I was talking to anyone. I was talking to someone who I believed with Ethan and Hila's close friend, which I never in a million years thought it would get to this point, about disagreements that we've had. And it's nothing that Ethan nor any of you would be shocked about because everything I've said to Ethan's face. It was never malice or anything. I never divulged any private info. And to be honest, I don't think it's anything serious, but maybe they will twist it to be because they twist fucking everything. But yeah, so in the tweet, let me dial back. I said blackmail. Well, let me first say to the credit, as I said earlier, they said they would never share private messages. God bless them. They're not like Ethan. But let me ask you guys, the audience, or you guys can decide about the situation. You tell me how you would label it. I don't fucking know. Is it directly blackmail? I don't fucking know. But it's like, leave your job, or we're going to talk shit about you, and you can't respond. You can't respond to it. You just got to fucking take it. So I don't know what that is.
Receipts were also shown indicating that Anisa privately messaged H3 crew member Olivia, encouraging her to step away from the podcast using moral and political framing, emphasizing that Olivia was a smart girl who should reconsider her association.
And by the way, real quick, let me say the reason that Olivia's not sitting right next to me right now, this is part of it. This is part of the fucking reason, because Anisa did this shit to her too. And she gave me permission to say that. And when they first released the content cop, they were so apologetic to us. We're so sorry to put you in this situation. And they were living off this high. But as soon as they started to get shit, when it didn't go the way they thought it was going to be, we became the punching bags. We became the punching bags. Then they wanted to fucking take it out on us. And it's become basically leave your job or you're dead to us. And by the way, let me be clear. You changed up on us because we didn't speak up. How did this whole fucking beef start again? What was your famous fucking line? Our silence means something. Our silence means something. That applies to you. You could use that when CPS and everything's involved. But us, we have to speak. We have to leave our jobs. Fuck our family. And what's it all about? You're using us because you can't hurt Ethan. That's all it fucking is. I'm not stupid. I know you've scared everyone else off on Twitter. I said I couldn't live this way. I told you guys I'm gonna leave in October when my lease is up. Knowing that, you still talk shit on stream. You know why you did? I think you did because Ethan made fun of how many viewers you have. I think you wanted to fucking come at me now.
less than 100.
Before you call me a misogynist, you or your husband, because I'm guessing that's the next play in the cry bully playbook. Don't forget that I defended you from all the unjust misogyny that you've gone throughout the years. And don't pretend to be a fucking feminist when you've had fucking Lena and Olivia fucking terrified of what you're gonna fucking do. The last time Olivia said something that you interpreted as her talking bad about you, you fucking blocked her immediately and then went on this whole fucking rant about how she should do better. Imagine. And again, I'm not saying that Olivia said anything about Ethan and Ela or anything, but she's already thrown in the middle of this shit because she does care about Palestine. She has spoken up about Palestine, and she's afraid that if she doesn't appease Anisa, that Anisa might label her an enemy. Then the harassment that she's gonna get is gonna be even enlarged for no fucking reason.
This distinction matters. These actions did not destabilize Creator Clash 3 because the event was already over. So what they did was refract the fallout through a different lens. To the audience, this no longer looked like a heated disagreement between creators. It looked like a post-project moral enforcement applied privately after public conflict had already detonated. Intent aside, pattern matters more than explanation. At this point, the audience no longer evaluated arguments, they evaluated behavior over time. And the pattern they perceived was consistent. Public confrontation followed by collapse, followed by private escalation. Authority cannot survive that sequence because moral authority requires not just conviction, but restraint, timing, and proportionality. By this stage, those qualities were no longer visible. Yet iDubbbz takes another drive down a different avenue. Growth narratives tend to fall apart when the mic is live. In recent months, iDubbbz has increasingly tried to occupy a political commentary space, specifically the Livestream React format popularized by creators like Destiny and Hasan Piker. And that comparison matters, not because of politics, but because of skill set. Political commentary requires consistency, literacy, and restraint. Hasan's effectiveness comes from familiarity with the subject matter. I mean, most of the time. This format does not work well for iDubbbz because his brand was always moral judgment, not political analysis. Being loud and confident on stream does not translate as being well informed. Unlike his content cop videos, there is no editing, no script, and no performative framing. What's left is instinct. More patterns begin to emerge, offhanded remarks accumulate, and it was a joke becomes harder to sustain.
No law enforcement professional wears a mask. None.
True. I mean, honestly, though, that is super important. That's accountability. Base level accountability. Base level. Just knowing the identity of the person who's doing the shit.
Those that come into our communities wearing a...
Fun fact, I'm going to bring this back to Content Cop. That's one of the things that, like, I have zero respect for online, is if you're going to be making, like, videos about people, and you're going to be making a lot of bold claims, if you are anonymous, like, fuck you. Like, fuck you. I'm not going to listen to your shit. Like, you stand to lose nothing. At least show your face. I'd also take a face and a name, but all of the people who are, like, completely fucking anonymous and they're talking shit, hate that. Obviously, this is fucking wildly different, but yeah, she's absolutely right. We should not be covering faces. We should not be anonymous. Also, these people shouldn't be paid $50,000 to join a boys club to shoot people.
During a recent live stream, iDubbbz and Anisa reacted to a 90-Day Fiancé segment featuring an Iranian man visiting the United States for the first time. He is visibly impressed by the public street celebrations. It was Mardi Gras. They framed his reaction as propaganda. They questioned whether such restrictions actually exist in Iran.
Sorry.
It's like a different planet to me.
Yeah. Let's go get some beignets.
Beignets?
How do you feel?
I feel weird. Like I do not belong here, but I like it here.
You think he's in a marabou? It kind of comes off that way.
It does, yeah.
I love this.
Like, why are you so excited? Like, you've definitely been kind of dreaming about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Café du Monde, which is like the famous
I told you it's
place that makes the beignets.
When I had the first bite, I was like,
I want a beignet.
boom. I've never had anything close to it.
Dude, he's in a marabou.
Do not taste and feel like beignet, because if that's the case, I think I'm gonna gain so much weight.
You are.
I wish I could
girl.
send one of
Get
these
ready.
to my family in Iran.
He exaggerates so hard as well. Yeah.
It's so
Do you need
fucking
these?
funny.
Do I?
Yeah.
Would you say these in
Oh,
your
shut
country?
up. They absolutely
Never.
sell lingerie in Iran.
Not even the
You know
picture,
what my dad always used to say to me all the time was that the Victoria's Secrets that make the most money are all in the Middle East. He would say that all the time because all the husbands would want to buy their wives like flashiest shit to wear underneath everything. Like that's like kind of the vibe. And like a lot of like, because you want it for yourself, right? So there's a lot of lingerie. That's what kind of confused. I wasn't gonna say anything because I'm obviously not. I don't know anybody from Iran, but I know in the Middle East in general, lingerie is.
He might be the least conservative Iranian. I take it back.
See,
like
Savano, like that's what I'm so curious about because the media that I get, depending on where I go, looks very different for Iran. Like if I'm on TikTok or any Western media, the way that they portray Iran is like a lot more tight and oppressive than like if I'm on more like Asian or East Asian news. Like it's very weird. Because the way that they talk about Iran on other news outlets, it's very much like, yeah, it depends on like where you are in Iran. Like there are some tight areas where like the authorities are like more strict. But in a lot of places, like especially like Tehran and other places, it's very like liberal and women are out wearing whatever.
Iran has its issues, but obviously just Iran/Iranians for the most part love to just live life and eat food and party.
Yeah, that's
what anyone wants, man.
And most major countries, like, I mean, you could say, like...
Yeah.
Seeing people singing and dancing like on the street, it just feels weird because if you do that in Iran, like they can arrest you. Did you know that?
For dancing?
Like this, like...
It's a little eye-rolly, like why are you presenting it like... It feels like he's fucking paid to do propaganda for
the U.S.
Yeah.
Like the U.S. Like.
So this is so strange to me because I'm seeing everyone having such a good time here, being so free
and laughing.
But in Iran, you would be arrested on the spot for having any sort of joy.
If you were ever feeling joy, they would arrest you in Tehran, Iran.
Tiddlywink says, do you know the wife of the Iranian man responded to you and Anisa? She didn't respond to me and Anisa specifically. She was putting out a statement to people who were being rude or judgmental to her and her husband. So,
like, it's just so...
Yeah, it's a little over the top.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah, he's in a marabou of the ass.
Maybe he's imagining too much. You're right, Psychonaut. Maybe he's imagining people dancing with their tits out in the U.S.
They're doing the fucking...
Maybe he's imagining it gets so much worse.
This capitalism is so great.
I can feel the freedom.
Yeah. It's starting to make her uncomfortable.
What?
You can't have your dog
On a leash?
even on a leash.
Well, where
in
are
the
you supposed to
street.
keep it?
I don't know, at home?
Okay, so you don't know.
Everything has changed.
I just don't think you have a
48
dog,
hours
bro.
ago,
Yeah.
I was in Iran, everything was...
No shot, that's true? None of this is true? That's what's so annoying about it.
This is so...
This is going to be a lot of people's exposure to
Iran.
Iranians and Iranian culture. They're like, I guess,
You can't have dogs in Iran. You can't put a dog on a leash.
he just grew up conservative. Yeah, and he just didn't have...
Because a lot of Muslims don't have
Right.
dogs.
That's why you have to ask the follow-up question. Her follow-up question told you all that you needed to know. Yeah. Like,
Where do they keep it?
I have no idea. Okay, so you just don't know about dog culture in Iran.
That's so interesting. Which I don't apologize for.
No.
Being judgmental.
Hell no.
I can feel the freedom.
You signed up for the show.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
If you think we're fucking mean,
Yeah.
do not go to the 90 Day Fiance Reddit. Do not go there. Okay?
Like,
saying whatever
like you really, I have to be, I have to be careful about the words.
You can speak freely here. You're in America.
Are you shit? But they're going to come find me and they're going to drone strike me. The Iranian government will drone strike me if I say mean things.
Listen, he's planning on going back potentially, okay? And if he wants to travel back, he's got to be careful with what he says.
Bro, are they going to check his last 5 years of social media history?
Sorry, this is just so, yeah. He's so scared. The producer, this is America. You can say whatever you want.
Yeah, the producers almost never say shit, and if they do, they'll cut it out.
Yeah.
Here specifically, they're like, no, let's make sure it's all in there. We want the full context. He's nervous in this moment.
Let's comfort him because he's
Yeah.
now in the land of the free.
Everything's perfect here. We need to make it clear that people come here because they want our green cards.
Ugh.
Also, when someone's being an Ameriboo, you can call them an Ameriboo.
I'm allowed. Yeah, we
Yeah.
reserve the right to call somebody an Ameriboo.
And if I go to Iran and I'm like, this place is awesome, the Iranians can call me an Iranaboo.
Yep,
Or whatever
correct.
word they have for
And
it.
they would be correct because it's not our business to whitewash that country's atrocities.
I'm worried about my family. It just goes back to the politics stuff and
It's not comparable.
yeah.
Okay, brother.
Are you ready to go home?
I had a sunglasses in Iran that I could see everything darker, but here everything looks more colorful.
Well, it's Mardi Gras.
Dude, dude, he is talking like he's writing what is this? It's so performative. It's annoying.
He's writing a new American anthem.
Yeah, no. You know what? It reminds me of when you're in English class or something, you're being taught a concept, and you need to demonstrate that you understand the concept of symbolism or descriptive writing by like overdoing it in your paper. You're like, I don't talk like this.
Yeah.
Such a big fat lie. Yeah, dude. Shit is. It's almost like he was waiting for someone to say, like, you mean like rose tinted glasses? Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
It's almost like I was swimming through a cloud of shit in Iran.
In the same way that somebody coming to America and saying they can feel the freedom with what's going on, I don't know. I'm allowed to say it's cringe.
Yeah. But now that I'm here, all of the shit is gone.
And then he looks at the other camera and he goes, "Thank you, Donald Trump."
And livable. I can totally feel the freedom here. I told you 100
Okay,
times,
so
but
never go back.
I really feel like I'm still dreaming.
And the issue is not disagreement. The issue is the reflexive dismissal of lived experience from outside the West as manipulation. Even a cursory look at international reporting shows that public celebrations, mixed gender dancing, and public displays common in the US are heavily restricted in Iran. Growth requires curiosity. Political commentary requires humility. These xenophobic framing contradict both. You cannot build a brand on moral judgment, pivot into political commentary, and then dismiss other cultures as propaganda when they don't flatter your assumptions. Ironically, the very instincts that made Content Cop successful, certainty, dismissal, and moral framing, are what make this pivot fail. This is where the lolcow framing becomes unavoidable, not as an insult, but as a description of how the audience now engages. So a lolcow isn't someone people hate, it's someone people have resolved. By this point, iDubbbz was no longer followed for leadership or insight. He was followed to watch what would go wrong next. Live streams increasingly featured Anisa alongside him, revisiting conflicts, making claims about harassment from Ethan, and discussing iDubbbz's insecurities and marital strain.
90 Day Fiancé is a waste of his talent.
Oh,
okay. He's being sweet.
he said you have talent.
Hmm.
That's so nice.
I know nothing about the guy outside of a high-profile political assassination. Well, if you're going to be talking about him like he deserves a plethora of empathy and respect, then you should read some things about him.
Yeah, I don't know. Read some quotes.
I don't like. Why are you coming in here like you know what it's all about?
Like
That's
us
actually the
get
most
married in Vegas and have no one there.
right.
Right.
Yeah, just figure it out. I mean, that's kind of the beauty. It's like you get to make up the fucking rules. There's no one telling you that you have to have a singular wedding and that, everyone has to show up and it has to be a certain way. Yeah, you could do no wedding. That's possible.
Yeah. I mean, that's what, we got married in Vegas with Elvis in front of like one friend.
Yeah.
Basically. And that was because it was like COVID and, my family couldn't travel because like my dad obviously can't travel and like, if we did in Canada, then your family couldn't be there because it was like.
How was the Elvis though? The Elvis was awesome.
So awesome.
Yeah.
That was like one of my favorite memories. That one and us going to Hawaii.
Yeah. I still want to do like some sort of ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we'll just make it like a renewing of vows kind of thing and just throw a cool party or some shit.
Yeah. It'd be nice to have like a nice dress and get married in a garden with family here and friends. And...
We want to really do like one of those shoots. Is it Japanese? One of those Japanese wedding shoots?
In the 80s.
Yeah, where we have the full wedding regalia on and we go get... have pictures taken at like a gas station or at like do our own Canadian version where it's like on an ATV in the woods. Or,
that would be so.
I don't know. That would be sick.
Are we talking about PT?
PT, Peter Thiel?
No, the other PT.
Oh yeah, we were briefly.
He texted us the other day. I'll drop that, Lord.
Yeah.
He texted us the other day.
Dude, he texts us all the time, man.
All the time.
It's
and we
so
never
annoying.
Respond. You should see Ian's phone. Well, it's a group text.
Yeah.
It's like maybe 12 unhinged texts in a row.
Yeah.
The most recent one was it makes it easier to ignore him because you can tell he's in
great
severe
pain. Yeah. Yeah.
Ethan, though on Instagram, showed receipts contradicting claims that he was sending deranged messages. Each cycle reinforced the same conclusion. The conflict never stabilized, the narrative never closed, the credibility never returned. Today, iDubbbz still has an audience, but it's an audience detached from belief. Interest remains, but the respect does not. And once a creator becomes spectacle rather than arbiter, no apology, clarification, or silence can reverse it. This isn't about punishment. This is about credibility. Once credibility collapses, it cannot be rebuilt. That's why people still watch iDubbbz, and that's why they're not coming back.
Oh my gosh, this is such bait. You guys should get a motorcycle and have Ian hugging Anisa in the back seat to make the haters go nuts. That's how I can get the haters. That's a surefire way to own the haters. I love you. What the fuck? I'm a huge fan. No, you're not. But this is a good try. It's a good attempt. It's actually not a good attempt. It's a very bad attempt. Especially when you come in with such like energy. I love you though. I positively love you. How can I show my insane parasocial admiration for you? That will be proof. I love how someone comes in the chat, Lugs with Feet comes in the chat. They're just extremely antisocial. And they're like, fine. I'm not getting automatically banned for being antisocial and weird. Just ban me already. I don't understand this like weird little drama. He was being pretty social, I think. You're right, he was. He was demanding that I answer the question of how are you in his native tongue.
Hello, and if you've made it to the end of this video, I genuinely appreciate it. I know this was a long one, and I know it asked for a little bit more patience and attention than most of this commentary content online does. The goal here is never to pile on or to relitigate every mistake iDubbbz made. It was to step back and look at how credibility actually works on the internet and how easily it can fracture when responsibility, timing, and trust stop aligning. I don't really think the story is satisfying or clean in the end, and in a lot of ways that's the point. There aren't villains and heroes here, just people, platforms, and audiences responding to each other in real time, sometimes badly. If you see things differently, and that's okay. This isn't a verdict. It's an attempt to understand why some creators lose the ability to recover, not because they're hated, but because the relationship with the audience changes in ways that are hard to reverse. If this breakdown gave you a new perspective or even helped organize your thoughts you already had, feel free to leave a comment. Thoughtful disagreement is welcome, and I do read them. Thank you for spending the time, and as always, thanks for watching.
For the past 3 days, I have been harassed by Ethan and Dan. They have been demanding that I shit talk Ethan online. And I've tried to get an explanation from them, but they keep on telling me, like, you gotta do this, dude. Come on, it'll be funny. Oh, don't worry, we're getting a bunch of other creators to shit talk Ethan too, so it's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay to shit talk anyone. Like, I think they forgot what year we're in. It's 2021. You can't shit talk your best friend and just act like it's all sunshine and rainbows. That's not gonna happen. I don't know what world they're living in, but they put me in a weird position because this is my best friend, after all, that's asking me to do this. Shit talk me. Okay, you've left me no other choice.
Wake up, Ethan. Wake up. Time to be awake, Ethan.
What are you afraid of, Ian?
Your emotional dumping ground. It's horrible. This is not what podcasts are.